It's time again for your home for everything CORT. This is the fastest show in sim racing, the CORT Report. This is your one-stop shop for news for the CORT Trading Paints Championship Series. And the CORT National Cup Series. And now, the guys who will bring it all to you. David Amboys.
My brand.
Chris Sweat.
Come on, baby, here we go.
John Dragonetti.
Bye, have a great time.
And Julian Bedore. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the CORT Report. We are live on Twitch TV for the first time ever. I am your host, David Amboys, and I'm alongside Chris Sweat.
Hello, people of the world.
John Dragonetti. John Dragonetti.
John died.
John Dragonetti.
Oh, crap. I hit the wrong hotkey.
Wow. Okay, well, there we go. John Dragonetti.
Hi, world.
And Julian Medore.
It's sad that I can't look at our stream or I'll die of tear laughter.
For those of you who are watching live, you're getting a treat. Animated GIF theater happening on the CORT Report stream tonight. For those of you guys watching live on David Amboy's show, appreciate you guys tuning in. And hopefully the beginning of something that we're going to try out this week. We're not sure if we'll do it every week, but kind of adding a little bit to the experience.
Yes, we are.
Oh, we are now. Okay. We've made the executive decision. We're going to do this every week now. And yeah, everyone can go ahead and check it out. And we have viewer interaction. You guys can participate in the chat room. I'm about to pull it up here in just a minute. And we'll get everything going. Hey, why don't we get back on track, as it's tough to look at that kitty in the top right and stay focused. But the CORT Trading Paints Championship Series had their qualifying on Monday. Some exciting stuff, and Thomas Morris came away with the pole.
Dude, that was the craziest session that we've ever had, honestly, in my opinion. It was like an original knockout session of like F1 qualifying. It was just hit after another, and it was just absolutely exciting to watch.
You got that right. And it came down to like the final few moments, especially with the bump situation, as Kevin Bartelt was able to get himself into the field.
That's very impressive. I had to bug out. I had other obligations after my qualifying run, but from hearing about it and watching the highlights, it's it's got to be the most nerve-wracking feeling in the world. We were lucky to be locked in. But I couldn't imagine being on that bump and going out like the very last minute and trying to lock yourself in. Like, I don't ever want to go through with that.
You got that right. And
wait, is that the new Absolutely?
It kind of sort
I
of
think
is.
it is. That's two then.
I've been trying to change my crutch the past few weeks, and I guess you guys have caught on to that.
It's not working.
It doesn't take much.
It does not take much. I pull up the stream, and sure enough, I see more cats and dogs. This is going to be tough tonight, folks. Hey, why don't we go ahead and run down the starting lineup set to Delta Force, the greatest song in the world. It's brought to you by CORTRacing.com. Thomas Morris, Mike Husby on the front row. Husby had the front row for a long time in that qualifying session, but Thomas Morris knocked him off it late. Yep,
and like we said before, it came down to watch. And for him to pull that off, yeah, especially after his teammate and last year's champion Eric Mickey had some trouble, that's definitely a big pick-me-up for that team.
Yes. Dang it, it's going to be Las Vegas all over again.
Gotcha.
Riley Roush and Tyler Tucker are your second row, and Riley showing some speed. Good to see the guy from Indiana show some speed at Indianapolis.
Speed!
I'm impressed, definitely.
Alex Boffley, and kind of the surprise, and I don't mean to single him out, but Jeff Backey Jr., 6th. Good run for the outsider coming in and trying to take out the regulars.
Backey Junior Jeff Backey, going fast.
Turning left.
Corey Stevens and Sean Brightsman, your 4th row.
Exciting.
Hey.
Corey, first time in the IndyCar. Beersy's hang of it.
So he did really well, though. That's incredible, for being your first time in a car to start 7th.
Brian Sullivan and Julian. Julian, how'd your run go?
Could have been better if I'd been able to get some laps in under practice, but we all know what happened.
Scott Olson and Chris Munger make up row number 6.
Olson had a strong run. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what he can do. I know he was pretty strong last season, sorry. So I'd expect the same thing out of him again.
John Dragonetti and Andrew Hayes. John, you happy with your run?
Nope.
All right.
Someone was talking in the radio on the last lap, which was going to be faster, and it kind of messed me up, but whatever. I'll take that. It's going to be fun starting with Hayes.
Defending champion Eric Mickey and Joseph Servone make up row number 8.
Tupac is dead.
Tupac is
Yo.
dead. Yo.
That is my obligatory Joseph Servone quote.
Yes.
Hi, Joseph.
Jake Finch and Matt Harrington make up row number 9.
Jake Finch is just kind of silently hanging around about mid-pack, no matter where we are at the track. He's just the silent one to watch, and it's a high-speed track, and it kind of suits essentially everybody's favor with this, so it's a kind of interesting row to watch.
Now, Jake doesn't have the finishes to show this season, but he has been fast in previous weeks. Cody McCorkle and Tim Silliman make up row number 10.
Honestly, I think
D3 teammate.
Say what?
So it's a good qualifying run for my D3 teammate.
Yeah, Tim Silliman.
I was going to say that's going to be a row to kind of keep your eye on. It's like the silent but deadly one right there.
Tim
I have a lot of those.
No fart pun intended.
Tim already has a win from Phoenix earlier on in the season. Moving on to page number 2, Will Roberts and I will start 11th. I honestly wasn't that great of a run, but I made do, and mainly I had to get the stream up, so just kind of got a time down and just hope for the best. Will Roberts, Patrick O'Toole and Chris Sweat make up row number 12.
I was horrible in practice and getting out when we can. I was just trying to push the car way too hard, and I didn't want to risk wrecking the car, so it was a very conservative lap. I don't think he'd be too happy if I wrecked our car either. So, I think we'll get a good piece. We'll be able to get up the front.
Should give props to Patrick though, because he did in fact race his way into this, or qualify his way into it.
Oh yeah,
he definitely had to haul the mail, and he delivered all the letters, if you get what I'm saying. Kevin Bartelt and kind of the shocker, Pete Engelmanis, going to start 26th on the night.
Now, that's honestly kind of surprising to me. I know he was really, really strong last year. That's going to be kind of hard to see him work his way through there, but I won't doubt that he can do it.
Alf will not be happy.
Alf will not be happy.
Alf is disappointed.
Yes. Kyle Young and Matt Trace make up row 14, so if Pete has any solace in the fact, he'll have solace in the fact that Matt Trace will be starting behind him.
Well, maybe they could then draft up the front, kind of like you and I might.
Who knows? Who knows? It's 100 laps. It's a long race. Andrew Mickey and Carson Abe round out the field of drivers who attempted a qualifying time and were able to make it in through their qualifying times. That is row 15. Ryan Heater, Johnny Williams, and Zach Hill all made it in due to various other things that happened. Zach Hill actually made the race because Dakota Ehrman, who showed up for qualifying, is unable to make it on Monday for the 4th annual Indianapolis 250. Thus, he has vacated his spot, and it goes to the next driver in line, and that would be Zach Hill.
So the only driver not making the race is the defending champion of the race.
But you know what? That's what happens when you don't show up to qualifying. There's no lock-in. There's no lock-in for past champions. He's not in the top in points, so...
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's the way the cookie crumbles for Matt Kingston, and unfortunately he will be watching the 4th annual Indianapolis 250, then being in it, and unofficially he becomes the only driver who did not make the show.
What's pretty crazy, though, with this whole qualifying format and it having to be the top 25 in points, where it's so early on in the season, there's a lot of people, even in the top 25 in points, that didn't have any points. So it made the whole top 25 rule really interesting. There were some big names down there towards the bubble.
Yeah, there are a lot of big names. Pete Ingemanis comes right to mind as the first one that I could notice right off the top of my head.
I think Mickey only has 2 points.
Yeah, Mickey, Eric Mickey's got to get this the season kind of on off of the life support. Seems like it's almost over before it even begins for the defending champion.
Number curse.
I don't want to say it's a number curse, but is it possibly? I mean,
it's seeming like it.
I've made mention of it in the past so far this season. I think I mentioned it after Phoenix that maybe that number 1 is indeed got a little bit of a negative voodoo to it.
Aliens.
Underpants gnomes. So now with drafting practice going on right now, unfortunately we can't really get any updates on that. Our timing and scoring is a little bit behind. I think our graphics computer crapped out again. Way to go. Good job. We don't know what's going on in drafting practice right now, but you guys have gotten some drafting practice in. What do you guys think?
It's fast and fun. I don't think it's as crazy as the setup we had last year, but I like it.
My only laps run were the qualifying laps, so I don't really have much input here.
Well, right now I'm getting some text messages about what the practice is looking like, and right now, Buffoli's on top so far with a 40.03, Silman second with a 40.15, Brightsman third with a 40.16, Scott Olson fourth with a 40.19, and Will Roberts fifth with a 40.28.
For drivers that might be, taking a break from being on the track and are watching the stream and are listening, feel free to let us know what you think in the chat of what you think of the setup.
Yes, absolutely. Let us know. Go ahead on the chat. Hey, interact with us on social media. All our Twitter handles. Mine's @NotDamnBoys. Chris_Sweat.
Word.
Smoke Racing 20 for John Dragonetti, and that Matador for Julian Medor. So we're a few sleeps away from Indianapolis, the most exciting night of the CORT season, I consider, out of Trading Paints and the CORT National Cup Series and their race at Indianapolis, which we will cover in just a few moments. But what's the main thing that you guys are going to be watching out for when we head to, or once we actually drop the green flag and dive into turn 1 at Indianapolis?
The exit of turn 1 wall.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, turn 1 is a little, it recently, I believe in Racer Magazine, was recently voted the number 1 toughest corner in motorsports. Turn 1 at Indianapolis on the opening lap.
It's
rightly
definitely...
so.
Oh, go ahead, John.
I was just going to say rightly so.
Really? I would have said either turn 1 at Darlington or Eau Rouge.
Oh, it was turn 1 at Indianapolis on the first lap. Yep, but the main thing will probably be pit strategy and all that. It is a 100-lap race, 250 miles, and the first part of the Triple Crown, 3 races. The next one will be Michigan in I believe the first week of May, actually. May 5th, I believe, is the date. Don't quote me on that. But we're not worried about Michigan. We're worried about Indianapolis. And Indianapolis, one of the biggest races of the year. And sure enough, we got some support races to talk about when we get back from the other side of this break. We've got the CORT National Cup Series. They ran their Brickyard 200. A good showing for the Tin Top boys. And we'll also talk about the Freedom 100. Touch on that. With that's the Will Roberts 703 Racing exhibition race before on Sunday night. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back. You are watching the CORT Report, CORTRacing.com.
And they're off.
Flirting with death at over 100 miles an hour on the curves.
Great race,
Well, I'm awfully glad that we won the race.
He's on it.
You just don't know what Indy means.
Have you been to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway when it's dark and still? Sometimes you hear something. A whisper from the shadows, echoing softly through the cool air, trailing away down the straightaway and into the turn. In that sound is the history of the place. Every driver who ever competed, every car that ever ran, every person who ever thrilled to the challenge of man and machine against the gods of speed. This is no mere racetrack. This is a temple. This is the most hallowed ground in motorsports. This is Indy. And, as said by Tony George, its spirit touches all who enter. It is the spirit of history, memory, tradition. It is in the vehicles, the boxy, early racers with their skinny tires, the roadsters, brawny cars driven by brawny men. The exciting rear-engine cars pioneered in the 1960s. Today's cars, darts on wheels with jet fighter profiles. The sound, engines roaring past. Announcements ringing through the PA system. Voices describing the races to a worldwide radio audience with eloquence unmatched in broadcasting.
Now stay tuned for the greatest spectacle in racing.
The drivers, whose names still bring inspiration to Gasoline Alley, whose triumphs are recorded forever in books and on trophies. At Indianapolis, triumph and heartbreak live side by side. With every thrilling start, every watch through your fingers pass, every duel to the finish, comes the chance that a life, a friend, a hero will be lost. But their souls live on in the greater spirit of this magnificent place, the spirit that brings us back year after year, through the tunnel and into the light, to stare in amazement at its sheer enormity. It sends the electric current of anticipation through the air as we find our seats. It makes us all Hoosiers as we sing together. It gives us the goosebumps that ripple from the first roar of the engines through the world's fastest flying start. And then again, 500 miles later, as the checkered flag snaps to attention, ready to salute a new winner. This is the spirit of the Speedway. The spirit that touches all who enter. The spirit that swells our hearts and quickens our pulses when we hear the most thrilling call to action in all of sport.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Just to keep the masses entertained. This goes out
Hello and welcome back to the Court Report, CORTRacing.com. And before we head off to our CORT National Cup Series review, Julian has touched base with his teammate Corey Stevens. And Julian, I believe Corey had some things to say about how the car's handling in this practice session currently going on for the Training Paints guys.
Yeah, Corey gave me a short update. He wanted to get back in the car, but he thought he'd let us know that the car's tight for him after a few laps, and it's just mainly coming off of turn one, kind of like we kind of touched on before going to break.
Yep, looking forward to jumping in there. If you're watching live, that stream, or that server will be up till 12:10 a.m. Eastern, 4-hour practice session for the Training Paints guys tonight.
That was a long practice. I didn't realize it was going to be that long.
Practice, but that's mainly so I can get some practice in.
I am in.
I'm honestly considering we got wireless set up, right?
Yeah, we do a little bit.
No, I'm getting itchy to get in the car. I know my team's ready for me to get back out there.
Look at how crazy this court report is. We got animated GIFs on the live stream, and this is crazy.
You know what's crazy? No, what's really crazy?
What's really crazy?
Is if Chris wanted to get into the car, he could stream it, and then you could go onto his stream that, and then post it on our stream.
I can't stream.
Streamception.
Hold on. I need to take a standing 8 count because that is crazy. You mean yes, you mean to tell me we could stream a stream on a stream?
Exhibit would be so excited.
Yo, dog, I heard you like streaming, so we gonna stream a stream on your stream.
Stream.
Why don't we go ahead and get onto the CORT National Cup Series? And, hey, the reason why we're in a good mood, Julian, win number 2 on the season. Congratulations on the win at Indianapolis.
Thank you, man.
Julian?
Pretty excited. Yes, Chris?
I'm really happy for you, and I'm going to let you finish. But Brent Sweet's watching the broadcast.
Oh, my goodness. See, this is why you guys got to watch CORT Report live. Anything can happen.
Every goddamn time I'm never allowed to celebrate.
Aww.
I'm happy for you, and I'm going to let you finish.
Why don't we go ahead and run down the running order for the CORT National Cup Series Brickyard 200. It's brought to you by JGM Designs. Julian Medora with the win, and Mike Husby was trying to catch up to you after that late race caution. Just wasn't able to get there.
Yeah, on that last restart, it seemed, I don't know when the restart was, I think it was like 7 to go or something. Once I got kind of a pull away, he would catch me a little bit, then I would pull on him, and he'd catch me a little bit, and then I'd pull on him, and then with about 2 to go, he finally started really reeling me in. And if the race was a little bit longer, I might have seen a different outcome.
Yep, and Husby just wasn't able to defend his crown from last season, and was SOL. Sean Brightsman, the guy who led 50 of the 80 laps last night, unfortunately came home third.
Yeah, I don't want to discount like anything from him, but he really was just lights out. I mean, that's all you can really say. He had that thing on lockdown.
He was fast all week. He was fast in the practice that we had last week. And that was in a different build. So
yeah, new build.
He had kind of a grasp on Indy.
Yeah, new build, and with it, the ability for some of our smaller sponsorship, smaller CORT associate sponsorships, to get some track time on the side of each and every CORT car, and that was very exciting to see. Some new sponsorship deals happening, and we're able to be on the contingency panels on a lot of these cars last night. Steve Lemonder came home 4th, and the Intimate Dater. Did I get it right this time, Chris?
You did get it right that time.
Okay, that's good. That's good. He had a good run.
He had a great run. Oh, I'm sorry, Julian. He had a great run. I had problems all night, so I hopped up on the box for Steve for the last part of that race there, and he just old tires couldn't really get it done. But I'll definitely take it. He actually finished this race, so that's always good.
Steve improving off of a rough start to the season. John Dragonetti came home 5th.
Sucked. That run sucked. I was really expecting more from that.
Do you want to trade places?
Yeah, if
No.
you want, that'd be great.
See, we were fast all weekend. Same with Dakota. I know he didn't get what he wanted. I didn't get what I wanted. But it was just kind of a shame that, we were up there. We had maybe a top 3 car at best. But, I mean, that wasn't what we were looking at. But that last caution kind of did us in. But, we made the best of it. But I expect more from myself than that.
Cody McCorkle came home 6th in his first race for Hill Racing.
Good run for Cody, and he was up there when it counted. I mean, I think he restarted 3rd, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And he definitely tried his best to get around me going in the one on that restart. And if he had done it, he might have had a chance of winning it. Just got kind of shoveled.
Might have a good run. The inexperience kind of cost him, but who knows? He might be able to stitch it together one day. Patrick O'Toole, or actually, no, wait, Greg Netherwood. My apologies. Greg Netherwood came home 7th.
I think Greg just wanted a good finish.
Yeah.
And he had a stretch of bad luck, and then we went to one of his least best tracks. Least liked tracks. I don't know how to really say that.
He was saying in practice he absolutely hated his car at Indianapolis Motor Speedway this week.
He was doing good, though, for a while there.
Yeah, led 2 laps and finally finished. He had a really good car last week at Las Vegas, but was involved in something that was completely out of his doing, and luckily he was able to bring it home on the lead lap and in one piece. Patrick O'Toole, who is quietly building a decent season, he is now 10th in the points with his 8th place finish.
Patrick, he's getting better, and you can go out and run 8th place in any car, but when you can run 8th place in this new Cup car, it's an accomplishment for anybody because it's a hard car to drive.
8th place with the amount of talent coming into CORT as well.
Exactly. This league has seen such an influx of talent. The competition level has been raised immensely, and for Patrick to be kind of stepping up his game, it's kind of exciting in a way.
James Gutta came home 9th in the DeWalt Ford.
Not a bad run for him. I know all he was wanting to do. Not, same situation, not his best track. He just wanted to finish and get a good run. And 9th place, nice top 10. Definitely cannot argue against that.
I was just about to ask Chris if maybe James was on damage control for this week, because unlike the last 2 weeks, didn't really see a whole lot of them.
I think Chris is busy watching our animated GIFs on the live stream or something.
You guys got me?
Yes. Hello.
You can listen to this.
What?
I don't know if you can hear that, ladies and gentlemen, but I am actually rolling down pit road right now.
Oh my goodness, Chris Sweat is now in his automobile and he is going around for practice.
Yeah, we're going to give it a shot here.
The first man to stream live from a race car.
This is history in the making, folks.
Don't die.
I hate to move along, but Kevin Bartelt came home 10th.
I think Kevin had a better car than what the result shows. Because I know at one point he was kind of up in the lead. I don't know how he got himself there, but yeah.
And Kyle Young, the first guy to finish laps down, he came home 11th.
And in the end there, unfortunately for him, it was just a matter of survival. He didn't have the best car. I know he was struggling earlier in the weekend, but yeah, I know he expects more, but I think he's looking forward to Iowa. I know he had a good run there last season.
Moving on to Corey Stevens, who is unfortunately not feeling all that confident in himself after what happened last night. If you were not there live, Corey Stevens brought out the final caution by stopping on the track on the exit to turn number 4, triggered the caution, and unfortunately slowed the field right when green flag pit stops were about to begin, which set up a last-minute 10-lap charge to the finish. And if Corey's listening, hey, it happens. It's all right. I hope to see you in Iowa in 2 weeks.
I don't think he's listening. He's right in front of me.
Oh, well, he isn't listening, but maybe he will get the message relayed to him. And if so, we hope we hope you come on back.
I think he's thinking about it. I think because we exchanged some text messages today, and he was kind of disheartened last night. And he felt like he was gonna have to maybe sit out a week after having a hard go over the last 2 weeks. And I just told him, man, it happens. Iowa would be a good experience for you, and it's not like you're going out there and spinning every lap. You're fast. It's just bad luck.
Yeah, and honestly, there was some controversy due to you two being teammates, but the main thing that I say is Corey Stevens streams all his races, and you're welcome to go out and find his stream and watch his Twitch stream, and you'll see he did not intend for the caution to come out.
Yeah, Corey felt pretty bad, and he didn't even realize that was going to bring out the caution until it had flown, and he was like, "Oh crap! I think that was for me." Yeah,
and we obviously reviewed it, and we saw, and luckily his stream was the dead giveaway as to what happened. Joseph Coffey Servone, unfortunately, was not able to keep up the good finishes that he had the first two events. He came home 13th, 19 laps down.
What happened to him?
I think just another... Go ahead.
I believe he was involved in an incident on the front stretch. I could be wrong.
That's what I was going to say. He was involved in an incident early in the race.
Yes. Next would be Dakota Ehrman, and he wrecked out of the lead.
Yeah, don't remind me of that. I wasn't happy with that one, but damn you, Dakota. No, he was just pushing too hard, trying to get away from Brightsman, and just lost the handle, because we all know that Indianapolis, like Pocono, is just a battle in itself, just trying to fight mentally, hitting your marks, and he just slipped up and hit the wall.
I am so looking forward to Pocono.
Pocono's a long way down the pike, though.
Thankfully.
Like it.
No.
You know what I like about Pocono? Every corner, we're going to get a different angle with the gyro cam.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Gyro cam.
It's new. It's exciting.
It's new and it's exciting. Andrew Hayes came home 15th. He led a lap.
Yeah.
He led a lap.
I'm having a hard time
We
focusing.
shouldn't be laughing.
Chris, stop listening. You're gonna wreck.
I almost just did.
Well, he led
This
a lap.
amazing this amazing studio to driver communications that we're able to get on the CORT Report is so exciting.
Sounds like you were with to say amazing boobs. I
It's
just
new,
want to say that right
and
now.
it's exciting.
Here we go.
Laying down the professional
Here we go.
this week on the CORT.
Here we go. Yeah, Andrew didn't get a whole lot of practice in. When he was actually, before whatever happened to him, he was actually running pretty well for someone that didn't have a whole lot of practice. And you need practice when it comes to Indianapolis. And this is really his first bad run of the year. I don't even want to call it a bad run. It's just unfortunate.
Yes. Pete Engamanis came home 16th. Maybe hit the wall coming out of 1 and kind of got into Corey Stevens, and that would kind of ended both their days.
Corey wasn't too impressed when that happened. I can say that right now, but I'll let, if Corey wants to say anything on that topic at some point, he can say it. I'm not going to. But I will say that myself and a few other drivers were not impressed when Pete, I don't know what he was doing, but decided to go out and run with the engine blown going around the track.
Kind of confusing.
I mean, maybe in one of the older builds it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but where we get windshield buildup and stuff, it can be, a bit distracting.
I came home 17th. I got involved in stuff that wasn't my doing twice, and I don't really like things.
What happened with you?
Just not a good night for the Targa Chevy. Just was not a good night. Just wasn't able to get into a rhythm, and before we knew it, we had damage, and we lost our hood at one point, but then it came back. I don't know.
Well, it's a good thing it came back.
Yeah, it's a good thing, but we were getting pretty darn close to being okay, and then got involved in another incident. In fact, it was the Corey Stevens and Pete Engamanis incident. I had to dive onto the binders to get through it, and I was headed straight toward Pete, and knowing the firestorm that I probably would have gotten, I decided to go for the wall instead, and that's what kind of ended my night. Johnny Williams came home 18th, and I understand Johnny is not too impressed with me, but quite frankly, learn to control your car and come back.
Ouch.
Sorry. Chris Sweat finished 19th.
I'm out of the car now. I'm actually sitting on pit road. Rough go. I don't think the car going by, but just a rough go of it. We had car problems all night. I don't know. It was something in the ignition that just wasn't running right. I wish we weren't here.
I kind of want to point out something that's a little rough here. Y'all have your results up. Take a look at the average lap times.
Average lap times are in the 50s.
No.
Wow.
Our average lap times are in the 119s and 120s.
Oh, what?
I was looking at the wrong column.
That's not a good indication of how they're
I personally think that's just because of how long the caution laps were at Indianapolis. I think that was the main indication for that.
Yeah.
Matt Harrington came home 20th after having some more connection issues. It just seems that it's constantly plaguing him.
See, and I wish we could get that fixed for him. I know when he was with my team last year, it was fine and good. It was just a matter of messing up, but that really stinks for him. I know he wants to race and get some more experience.
Just a little update. Corey says some people need to learn what the brake pedals were. Maybe even when Matt gets his internet fixed, he'll be able to get his entries in on time.
Brian,
we're just sniping at people now.
Home 21st.
That bump on the head got you, made you all irritatable.
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
Yeah,
especially
for
after
those
last
who
night.
did not know, Julian had a little bit of a close call with a light fixture?
Yeah.
It wasn't a close call. It was a full impact.
Yeah. Well,
Knocked me in the head.
Called compared to what could have happened.
Knocked me in the head, and I've probably got a mark on my nose now for the rest of my life. It's going to be quite a nasty one, I think, too.
And you said, quote, about stitches, I don't believe in stitches.
Yeah, I don't believe in stitches.
Like they don't exist.
I don't believe in stitches. I believe in letting stuff heal on its own.
Like they don't exist. Stitches. Anyway, Brian Sullivan came home 21st.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm kind of sad when Brian runs for me, and I can't really say much because I don't really know what was going on with that team in Indy this week.
Started 10th. Had a good start to the night. Was in the top 10. In fact, he was in front of me for the whole first run, but unfortunately was just not able to keep it clean and finished 21st. 22nd, Mr. RPM, Sean Brandt, coming over to run some court. I believe it was his first race in 2 years or something, and unfortunately, I wish we could say that he ran well, but 22nd place finish.
I wrecked one of my cars too. We prepared the 86 for him this week, to get him back out. 68, whatever. Close enough. See, it's so much I really care. He was good in practice. I mean, first time getting in the car, he wasn't expecting too much. Just didn't expect to be out that early, but he'll pay for that car and he'll come back.
Hope to see him back.
Just kidding. He's not gonna pay for the car. Be another 3 years before he comes back. So.
Zach Hill in his first CORT National Cup Series start came home 23rd.
See, and he's just logging laps, trying to get experience. That's what you can say for him and Riley here in a second. I mean, that's all you can.
Unfortunately, they only logged 5 laps.
Well, that's
solid day.
Solid day.
More than some real Cup teams run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did Riley start in park or did he wreck?
Start in park.
Nah, you're the new Phil Parsons racer.
Zach Hill Roush ran more laps than Terry Labonte did in the Bud Shootout, so.
Okay. Let me put this out there so I can defend a little bit. Okay, Riley was not comfortable with this car and track combination, so what he wanted to do was just get a couple laps just to say, all right, I gave it a shot, rather than I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna wreck everybody, wreck all the cars. So he was just like, I'm just gonna park.
CORT National Cup Series has the next week off. They will be back at it at Iowa in 2 weeks as we quickly go look at the standings for the CORT National Cup Series. And Julian, you got the lead in the points by 15 over Mike Husby. Sean Brightsman is 3rd. Joseph Cervone is 4th. James Gunn 5th. Cody McCorkle 6th. Corey Stevens 7th. Greg Netherwood finds himself 8th. Actually, I misspoke. Patrick is 9th in points, ahead of Kyle Young in 10th.
Wow, those points changed since I looked at them last night. When I looked at them, I was 14 points ahead of Sean Brightsman.
Yeah, well, that was because that was from Vegas. They didn't get updated until late. Our web guys had to deal with another issue, but they got it all up and ready and good to go now. And that is the current points.
You know what's crazy, though, is that I mean, we're only 3 races in. You can't really say much about points, but some of the names that aren't in the top 10 after 3 races, pretty crazy.
Notables, Peter Gamanis, John Dragonetti, defending champion. No offense, John. Please don't kill me.
No, I'm taken.
Some names who have run all 3 races who are nowhere near the top of the points. I'm 14th in points. Chris is 15th in points. And hopefully those teams, including mine, can turn it around when we head to Iowa in 2 weeks. And guys, what is their what's the main thing to watch for at Iowa? A short track, and the second time the CORT goes to the small little bull ring in America's heartland.
I think the walls are like the turn 2 and turn 4 walls are going to creep up on people, especially turn 4.
Yeah, and in a higher powered car, it's a little bit overpowered. If we had trouble with the walls last season in the old Nationwide car, unfortunately, I'm going to see it being a little bit more of a problem with the new one. So, yeah, I agree with Julian. We're going to have to watch out for that.
I also think since it's a higher power car, you're not going to really see much use of the extreme low line, especially like through the middle. Because I think if you go down there, the car's going to want to jump loose. You're going to kind of run like a middle low. Should be interesting.
That's exciting stuff coming up in 2 weeks. So again, they have next week off. The focus is on the CORT Championship Championship Series. And then we head to Iowa for the Iowa Farm Bureau 300.
The Corn 300.
No, the Iowa Farm Bureau 300.
Corn. The All the Corn Infinite K.
All right, why don't we quickly touch on this Freedom 100 that's happening? Quite frankly, none of us are really qualified to really talk about it because, quite frankly, I don't think any of us are planning on running it. But Will Roberts organizing the Freedom 50, and now it's a Freedom 100. 40 laps around Indianapolis on Sunday night, and you guys could still sign up for that. The sign-ups are up on the forums, and they're all there for anyone who is curious. And he's got 15 entries for it, so should be pretty exciting on Monday night, or on Sunday night, I should say.
Corn.
It's corn. Yeah, he's got, I believe, only a couple entries that are exclusive to this race. Actually, it's only one. Jacob Knuven, and he is the only one there that doesn't look like a court regular who is going to run. So exciting to see. Different kind of cars and different kind of race than the two other races here at IndyFest.
Wow, I just stumbled across the new race guide for the first time.
Really?
Digging. Just thought I'd say that.
Alright, so that'll do it for our coverage of the Freedom 100. As Will, we wish you the best of luck, and the best of luck moving forward with that. Hopefully you have a good showing, and hopefully everything goes well for you.
All the corns to you.
Corn!
Every bit of corn.
Every bit of corn. Needless to say, I think this first Court Report Live has been a success.
Cluster.
It was entertaining. We had fun.
Entertaining. It's different. And quite frankly, I think people need to realize how much awesomer the Court Report is when you watch it live.
I think people also need to realize, we want to have fun when we do this.
Yeah.
Just don't want to be here slogging about, oh, this is the Court Report, and we're going to do... We're going to give you a rundown of the results, and then we'll be out of here.
Look, I have to be that guy to keep the show moving, but yeah, at the end of the day, I want it to be an entertaining and fun little listen for you guys listening at home, or listening live right now, or listening in the car, or listening wherever.
Yeah, the CRE, Court Report Entertainment.
Never do that again.
Don't.
That was corny.
Corn.
iRacing is telling me to be respectful of my fellow members.
Yeah, what's up with that lately?
iRace is telling me to be respectful of my corn.
Xenophobes.
They're all like, hey everyone, be respectful. As if we aren't already.
You know what? I think iRacing is against guns.
Okay, what kind of thing? What makes you think that?
They're pushing peace on us. America.
By being respectful?
America?
Yeah.
Oh god, this is going downhill fast.
I bumped my head.
Whoa, yes. Alright, why don't we head out of there before people realize what the hell they just heard there in the background?
I believe... What?
Go ahead. Finish it.
Oh my god.
I think we need to shoot our intern. I think he's getting too rowdy.
Oh, these interns. I mean,
it's
Robert
a creeper.
And Braden, our interns, have got to stop leaving us alone, you know?
Oh, innuendos. Final thoughts. Looking forward to Monday. I'm hoping that I don't die or wreck. Mostly die. Hopefully get this number 89 D3 Target Toyota up to the front.
All the sponsors.
All the sponsors.
Oh, I gotta thank Target, Grind Boss, Brakes. I don't know what else is on the car.
Just go ahead and thank Furniture Row while you're at it.
Furniture Row for being Julian's sponsor and telling his driver to stop on track and bring out a caution for him.
Whoa.
Oh, come on, man.
This just got really awkward really fast.
No,
John Dragonetti.
I'm not done yet.
All right.
Kleenex, Cottonelle. Don't give up. There's too many damn sponsors
make
on
sure
my
you
car.
thank National Guard.
National Guard for wanting to sponsor me but couldn't. We apologize, guys. I know we'd have a better looking car than what's going to be on track. But we tried.
Couple of contract loopholes that happened, and fortunately that kind of slipped out of our hands at D3, but I hear the U.S. Army is knocking on the door, and For the positive way that the Army is knocking on the door, not in the way that you don't want them
coming
to
in
the door.
However, I heard that Forces.ca is interested in sponsoring Chris Sweat.
I don't believe in the Canadian military.
Okay. Before we get any more controversial statements, John Dragonetti, final thoughts.
I'm full of a bitch.
Oh, God. Well, then, while we're on the subject of sponsor mentions and stuff, I can't wait for same thing as Chris. The race on Monday is gonna be really fun. Big $1 or more, you get free shipping on all purchases, U.S., Canada, Mexico, or overseas. With my dad's crazy. With 30-day money-back guarantee. So shout out to Control Freak and Pornhub. You know, good stuff.
This court report has gone downhill.
What happens when we go live?
No, but we're looking forward to the race. I'm getting yelled at.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and move on to Julian Medora. Julian,
that's a good
your
idea.
final thoughts.
I'm just hoping to get to participate next Monday. That's what
Wear a helmet.
That's just what I want to do. I'm going through a bit of a move next week, so I may or may not be able to run Indy, and if I don't, I'm gonna take a big points hit. But you know, real life's more important.
But the nice thing is that not only do you have all 3 provisionals for the National Cup Series and you're the points leader, but hey, there's no race next week. Exactly.
So I'm gonna miss Indy. Is what I'm trying to say here, Dave.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
I like Indianapolis.
The series that you're the points leader in, you're still going to be the points leader because there's no race.
That's true.
So you can at least rest on that.
I shouldn't take too big of a points hit in Indy just because of the way the point structure is there.
Yeah,
which is nice.
All right, our final thoughts is this. If you guys watched the stream on Monday from Indy for the qualifying, I apologize for the technical difficulties once again. We were just trying to figure all that stuff out, and unfortunately, it looks like we're still going to have to go back to the drawing board for it. But we appreciate everyone who tuned in, and thank you all for watching. We had a high of 28 viewers by the end of it.
Woo!
Wow, that's a lot.
But, yeah, it was pretty good.
Corn.
And, you know, exactly. Again with the corn, eh? Yeah, I mean, this upcoming Monday, one thing that I just absolutely want to... one thing that I just want to really iterate is a 100-lap race. And you can lose it on the first lap, and you can't win it on the first lap. You can lose it, though. So let's take it very easy on the first lap. Let's just try and get laps in on that first run, and let's impress some of the outsiders coming in. Let's show them that CORT can run under green, which we can and we have done in the past. So why don't we try and get that going?
Yeah.
Wait, so we had 28 people all at once?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Do we have 28 people that run on a regular basis?
No.
Not yet.
So there's like some sort of, like some guy up in Siberia just, what is this CORT report?
What is CORT? What? I do not want to go to court. Alright, why don't we go ahead and get out of here. We appreciate all you guys watching, and for those of you guys watching live, there's a little treat. We're going to go ahead and head out of here. So for all of us here at the CORT Report, we appreciate you all tuning in. We appreciate all the people watching live, and we'll be back next week, Thursday at 8, once again with the CORT Report live on my Twitch page. So long, everybody.
Bye, have a great time.
I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about? So, check it out. First got it when he was 6, didn't know any tricks. Matter of fact, first time he got on it, he slipped. Landed on his hip and busted his lip. For a week he had to talk with a lisp like this. Now we can end the story right here, but Shorty didn't quit, it was something in the air. Yeah, he said it was something so appealing. He couldn't fight the feeling, something about it. He knew he couldn't doubt it, couldn't understand it. Branded, since the first kick flip, he landed. Labeled a misfit, a bandit. Cocoon, cocoon, cocoon. His neighbors couldn't stand it, so he was banished to the park. Started in the morning, one stopped after dark. Yeah, when they said it's getting late in here. So I'm sorry, young man, there's no skating here. And so he kicked, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And away he rolled, just a rebel to the world with no place to go. And so we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push and coast. My man got a little older, became a better roller. Yeah, no helmet, hell-bent on killing himself is what his mama said, but he was feeling himself. Got a little more swagger in his style. Met his girlfriend, she was clapping in the crowd. Love is what was happening to him now. He said I would marry you, but I'm engaged to these aerials and burials, and I don't think this board is strong enough to carry two. She said, bow, I weigh 120 pounds. Now, let me make one thing clear, I don't need to ride yours, I got mine right here. So she took him to a spot he didn't know about, some odd in the apartment parking lot. She said, I don't normally take dates in here. Security came and said, I'm sorry, there's no skating here. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just lovers intertwined with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push, yeah, and coast. Yeah, swanky. Yeah, before he knew he had a crew that wasn't no punk, and they spit fire shirts and SB dunks. They would push till they couldn't skate no more. Office building lobbies wasn't safe no more, and it wasn't like they wasn't getting chased no more. Just the freedom was better than breathing, they said. An escape route they used to escape out when things got crazy. They needed to break out. They'd head to any place with stairs, any good grinds. The world was theirs. And they four wheels would take them there until the cops came and said there's no skating here. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just rebels without a cause with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come roll with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push.